Hello, hello, good night. Welcome to the platform that never lets us down.
Yes. Come on, YT.
It is another Wednesday evening. We are here for your mid-week laughter, and we are just going to go ahead and introduce ourselves so we can get into the foolishness on the internet.
Yes. Welcome to Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on these internets. My name is Carcia. Welcome to the show. We want to thank Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Check out the replays of our show on internet radio, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Saturday. We tape the show live on YouTube. Be sure to head over to Not Your Typical Girl Talk on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss when we go live, because that's the best way to watch. It's fun, right? It is. And then be sure to follow us on Instagram to see all of our cute little reels, to know, the little recaps of the show. And please follow and subscribe to all of our handles, because we want you to join this family over here, because we're growing and you want to be a part of this.
Yes, we are.
Right?
Yes.
Kelly, girlfriend.
Girl. Hey, y'all. I'm doing good. I know you girls are doing good. I don't know about the rest of the planet, and you'll hear why. Hey everyone, it's your girl Telly. I'm so proud to be back again for another week full of foolishness, to just have some girl talk fun with my crew, the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. Guys, I don't know. I don't know, y'all, but trust and believe the stories that will be taking place. I know I say it every week, but just when you think you've heard it all, no, you haven't. There is so much foolishness to still be untold, but we're going to tell it all. We're spilling, like Cat Williams, we're spilling out all the secrets. We're giving out all, we're going to sip all the tea. We have so much tea to sip. Will we have enough cups? We're going to find out, though. Sheba girl, tell these beautiful people who are watching and who are listening who you are. 'Cause child,
Hello, everyone. I am Toshiba. They call me Sheba. I'm the final member of this amazing crew. And we're just going to get right into these stories because my, oh my, like Telly says. Okay. You know how when we grew up, we were taught to tell the truth, right? You are to tell the truth. You are not to lie. And your parents would say, if you tell the truth, you will not get in trouble.
True. That is true.
Well, apparently that is not true anymore, because this young man, I'm about to show you his cute little face, got in trouble for telling the truth because the teacher did not like the truth he had to tell. So let me find this cutie patooty's face. Actually, I don't have his face anymore because I'm just going to let it go to the video where someone else talks about what happened to this young man when he told the truth. And go.
So this kid got suspended because he told his teacher her breath smells like shit. Look at her teeth, though. I mean, it just looks like erosion. Like her breath's so bad that her teeth can't get out of the way and they just have to suffer through it. That's not even erosion. That's just ancient rust. I mean, how do you even fix that, for real? Like, you probably have to get, like, a team of archaeologists to go in there and start chipping away at it and probably find some old ass fossils of the original 10 Commandments or something. Usually you would buy teeth like this as part of a Halloween costume, but she just said, you know what? I'm going to do it naturally. This kid should not have been suspended. If anything, he should have been promoted to the next grade for having to endure the torture he had to endure from smelling her breath as long as he did before he told her what it smelled like. If I was that kid, I would say, just expel me. Don't suspend me. Just expel me from the school, because there is no way I'm going back to that class and smelling that woman's eroded, ancient, rusty breath. Because wherever that eye is going, I'm going that way too. I don't care what you say. That kid deserves the Medal of Honor. So this kid got suspended because he told his teacher her breath smells like shit.
I mean, her eye is going in a different direction. I mean, her eye is trying to tell the truth as well. Like, this little boy deserves an award. Although the 10 Commandments thing took me out, and the fall.
Yeah. That guy's funny. He's hilarious. However,
here is my thing. What conversation do you think you're having with me as a parent to tell me that my child got suspended for basically telling the truth? Because what I would have said to the person who suspended my child is have her breathe in your face and then determine whether or not what my son said was a lie.
Okay. I mean,
because I teach my child, I'd be like, I teach my child not to lie. He did not lie, but since you want to say that he lied, let's go ahead and stand right here and have her breathe directly in your face. Because to his point, just looking at those teeth.
girl.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Clearly,
brushing her teeth is not her
in
friend.
her mouth is not. They don't come together like this. The two are not becoming one.
I've never seen teeth like those with the yellow at the top.
And the gums, her gums look like
they're swollen,
diseased. Here's the thing with me and this whole story. If I was the principal of the school, right? And the teacher came to me and said, "Oh, my student said," I would have said, "So you need to use this as a teaching moment. As a teacher, you need to come correctly to the school. And one of the foundations of human decency is hygiene. You obviously are not brushing your teeth or putting a mint in your mouth after lunch or whatever it is that you need to do.
Not the mint.
A little Scottish
little
mint.
Church mint.
Little church mint. Or whatever. Rinsing your mouth out after lunch or whatever it is. You are not doing that. You should be using this as a teaching moment. And I'm going to put you on a PIP to make sure, and that's a performance review, okay? To make sure that you are showing up, because as a teacher, you are dealing with people. You can't have smelly, nasty ass breath.
It makes you wonder too, because if she's not brushing her teeth or anything, what else is she not cleaning?
Thank you. Should not clean our dirty skin. There's
nothing. Her body is dirty.
She's definitely not.
She's not
doing any of that.
Not cleaning up down there. She's not cleaning up anywhere. Her body, her front, nothing. It's all dirty.
Do this. You take a toothbrush, you wet it, you put your toothpaste, and you literally do this for about a minute. So if she's not doing that, she's definitely not washing her crotches.
Exactly.
Her crotches is definitely dirty.
I mean, the eye thing, she can't really help that. But you can brush your teeth.
You can take care of your body.
I've never seen.
You can smell clean. Body. You can smell good.
Clean.
I can smell her breath from here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry, those teeth. It's almost like baked on years of food.
Years. It's a fossil.
It's baked on years of not. There is no.
That is not. Oh, I haven't brushed my teeth in a few days. That's not that. That is years of hygienic.
She just left her teeth to its own reputation. She left her teeth unattended.
If I was those parents, trust me, it wouldn't be going down like that for my child.
No, it's hilarious, right? Because we all have these friends that are afraid of the dentist, so they never actually go.
But you should go.
But they brush they do all their stuff at home. They floss. They're obsessed with it because they know they're not going to the dentist. So they're obsessed with it. And you look at their teeth, and they've got these shiny white teeth and great breath because they are obsessed with hygiene. For me, Tully knows this. I'm kind of obsessed with teeth.
As you should.
Like white. I just feel
people see your mouth. You're always talking. People are gonna see in our mouth. Like, I just don't understand it. Like I said, I smell breath from here. So free that young man. I actually fucked that school.
Free him.
He's a smart little man, and he's adorable.
He's so cute.
And he has great teeth. So
teeth. And clearly his mama takes very good care of him. He's gonna go be a fine young man.
Yes.
Aww.
Oh, well, we're done. Okay. So another young man. Okay. So if you guys have ever watched the show Love is Blind, there was a couple on this year, a Black couple that people were kind of talking about because someone like me who watches the show, I knew from the beginning that he was not attracted physically to this young lady. And it wasn't because she was black. So I'm just going to say that because the clip we're about to play, I disagree with some of the comments, but it is funny. But it was just because he wasn't attracted to her. I thought she was a lovely young lady, but he wasn't attracted to her. They make it to the altar and they don't get married. Well, he's been in the limelight. He's been enjoying his newfound fame. And I think he's been enjoying it too much, as we will see from this clip of a woman he's decided to associate himself with. And then once we play the clip, we'll tell you about literally the fallout of this happening. Okay, and in a segment we're calling We Told You So. Okay, here we go. And go.
What a fucking loser. Like, you... And you know what? When we talked about how Clay is a type of black man that's not into black women, people were trying to gaslight us like, it's not always about colorism, it's not always about race. We know them when we see them. Okay? Because rather than being with a woman like AD, you're gonna go to the industry coochie? And you're kissing her on camera? We said you was a dog, and every day you continue to prove us right. You know what? We were all happy for AD when you told her no. We were all happy for her when you told her no. Like, listen, I'm not one to slut shame, but it goes so far. I got limits. I have limits, and she is well beyond it. Not only that, just the other day, she posted free Tory Lanez. A loser and a smut. It's just gross. Like anything for clout, anything for attention. Basura.
Oh.
I don't know
what that means. But she was, I mean, what she said there was true.
That last part is the
anything for clout, anything for clicks.
That was my concern. Now, I disagree with her sentiments that he's the type of black man that doesn't like black women. I just don't think
more proof for that.
I think
there's not enough proof.
He likes attractive women, and he wasn't attracted to the woman he was connected to. That had nothing to do with her being black. It was just that he wasn't attracted to her. However, to end up with the WHORE of the industry, who has been ran through, more than I don't know, a drive-through, a McDonald's drive-through. Like, more people have gone through her than some people have gone through a McDonald's drive-through. To end up with her and then be kissing her on camera. Now, the funny part about it is his mother got wind of this because people were inboxing her, and Miss Marguerite said, nope, and she rebuked it in the name of Jesus. She put the whole government name on the people of the internet and was like, it was like Clayton, like Alexander Gravin, like whatever his full name is. She went in, and apparently he apologized to his mother, and him and Selena Powell, for those of you on the radio, that's who this woman was talking about. Selena Powell, who was an OnlyFans girl and is known for being ran through by several professional athletes, rappers, and everything else. I think there is a rumor that at one point she was with 7 at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. This is what she's famous for.
And she couldn't latch onto any of them. They just ran through and
because
peace out, sis, and went about their business.
She's not out here for relationships.
And now she's stuck with this D-lister boy who's going to be out of... I forgot who he was until I saw the story. I did not remember this man until the story came out. I was like, who is he again? I was like, oh yeah, Love is Blind.
I'm deceased. Well,
no, this man, he has no purpose.
They're already
no purpose.
They're already
This is not a win. This is not a W for him or her. Like both of you go back, both of them crawl back into the out in the inner parts of the internet and stay there.
Here's the issue is that and apparently they're done. His mama said what she said. She called his full government, told him that Jesus is watching him and he needs to be mindful because what in the heck. Then the Selena girl went on her live and tried to cuss out him and his mama. It was a whole mess. But here's the thing where for her, this was a win because there is no men claiming her in public. So the fact that this man was on the tickety talk, okay, kissing her in her whole mouth.
He's brave.
He's silly
and brave. Most men would not. Most people would be like, "Dude, you may want to rethink that."
And that's the thing. And that's why I said that last part where the lady on this TikTok said what people will do for clicks because he was going to claim a woman that is claimless. She's a wild horse. You know the wild horses in the bush that no one can catch them because they're galloping. Right, they're out there in the grass. They're galloping. No one can tame this horse.
Oh yeah.
So they don't. People back away and say, "Oh, that stallion. Nope,
stay away from her.
Stay away from it. It doesn't. He doesn't. He's not about it because he's a wild. Right. This one, sir, you're out here like I'm going to claim this woman on the internet by publicly.
In our full mouth.
Right. While the smart rappers and the smart athletes and all these other guys, they're like, we all had some good fun.
They were there for a good time and not a lot.
Yeah, but I'm going back to my home in San Diego to
cleanse
to my wife and my kid
to rebuke themselves and what just happened.
You know, good time, but it was only one time.
Amen.
She can go on with her ratchetness all she wants. She's just going on like this because no man's claiming her other than this D-lister man.
And again, apparently it's done. So Clay.
So that whole hoopla was literally
they had a tickety talk moment, all kinds of tickety talk. Mama rebuked it. His mom, I told you, his mama called his whole name. She called his
Jesus did.
Alexander Gravenstein, whatever. He said, I rebuked
the whole government name.
And you know what? The last thing I'll say about it too is that for him, I want to know, because I know that on that reunion of Love is Blind, he said he was working on himself to be a better person. And while he was saying all of this stuff, I was like, well, we'll see if it's true, right? This has proven that all of that work that he was doing, obviously, there was no work. Because no human that is working on themselves runs and finds the first porn star, the first OnlyFans person.
True. He said he wants to be a better black man. That's what he said. Working on himself to be a better black man because he had some examples of some good black men that were there with their wives. And he was like, I want to be like you and da-da-da-da. And this is that's what he does.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
He did. I hope he never shouts out his therapist because nobody's going to therapist. Girl. Poor ma'am. Anywho, done with him because this one here, I'm hoping it doesn't shut down our Instagram, our YouTube live. I pray because there's music in it, and Instagram sometimes YouTube doesn't want us to be great with that. However, this was a must-see. It is prom season. Prom season is here, and we know that either you're going to see the most ratchet or the most beautiful gowns you've ever seen. Well, if you know this show, you know we found the ratchet one. So in a segment called A Must See, welcome to this young lady's prom and gown.
Where's she go? Why she went back in the house? That was ghetto.
Oh
The
no!
man took some whole satanic fabric and wrapped it around her, hoping for the best.
When the comment said what in the section 8,
The amount of money they spent on their weed, they could have used that money to get out of Section 8. Like, ma'am, come on now.
I'm all about but that was awful.
That was horrible.
It was the people in the background talking about we can go viral, which they may just have for this foolishness. Because what in the Section 8 for real? Why? Why?
That? You know what?
Why?
This is it for me, right? Like,
Right.
people really feel that I'm going to make a music video because I have my blonde extensions in. I'm Beyonce. So I need to get some backup dancers in their cheap tights from Temu.
From Shein.
And I'm not making fun of Temu. I'm just saying, you know, and they're like, let's go out here and do some rough choreography
really sad
in front of the complex for
Beyonce
Jamal
is gonna make it
and
look better?
Lanisha across the street.
Not Lanisha.
This is horrible. I'm sorry. I know I'm
To
offending
anyone
lots
whose
of people
name
right now. I'm so
Lanisha, we
sorry.
apologize.
And then you come out in this dress that I'm sure someone tricked her into paying like $300 for that ugly sentence.
The $300 she could have put in the savings to get out of Section 8.
And wrapped up her face like it was like I'm Beyonce in a music video.
Partition, girl. She's like, oh,
with a tiara.
Partition, please.
It was
sad. It's like a music video from Dollarama. Or like a Tubi music video. Like if Tubi was into making music videos.
Tubi vibe.
Tubi vibe.
Tubi's been stepping it up since Fox bought them, let me tell you. I watched movies this weekend.
Hey, I watched the Diddy
from TMZ
thing on
That was
Tubi.
interesting.
Girl, I don't even want. But that was
The money is there.
But this girl,
I
no,
would
child, just
have respected if she was walking out to a date or
someone.
It was actually bad. Like actually, it would the whole thing.
It was weird.
It was unfinished.
Like if it started
very
with her
unfinished.
coming out of the house in her nice dress, stops for photos and
then
stuff,
gets in a
and then
car
gets
or
into like
something.
an SUV, like an Escalade, and drives off, I would have been like,
Fine.
that's nice.
Which
But
back into the house.
the friends that came out and did the bad choreography in their tights, like,
The one girl was doing it wrong. She was turning in the wrong direction.
and then when
Like,
she
girl,
came out.
follow the crowd.
When she came out in her red dress,
She's like,
her
this hair,
friends
like-
are off to the side, not knowing they're on the camera, and they're there like hiking
Pulling
up
up
their
the-
tights and hiking up their shirt.
It's like you're trying to be nice because it's like, okay, y'all are like 16, 17 years
But-
old, but listen, if you're gonna put on an alleged big budget music video, then give me big budget vibes. Make me believe.
It's the
Make people
parents.
believe.
It's the parents for me. Like the parents let this happen. I would never do this.
They're trying to live their prom years through
No.
their child.
This is not the way.
This poor young lady's gonna live to regret this moment. Like she's gonna be like this. Why would you do this to me? Parents, be better, do better. Okay, we're done.
Parents.
That
was rough.
Because
Real rough.
we are of the age where we grew up with amazing Black sitcoms. We grew up with The Cosby Show. We grew up with Different Worlds. We grew up with Living Single, Martin, and one we will never forget, Family Matters. Well, one of the stars of Family Matters has decided that he loves the spotlight so much that he is just going to do whatever it is to stay in it. Eddie Winslow, y'all, is back in full effect in a segment I'm calling He's a Fan. I'm going to play the video and then I'm going to explain what the hell you just saw. And He's a Fan. Go.
What's this a yellow tie? Like, I know he's dancing. This outfit he's wearing is rough. I'm sorry. Like,
But let me
yellow
just
tie? That's not sexy.
explain what we just saw. So Eddie Winslow, that is what we know him as on Family Matters, aka Darius McCrary, was dancing to that song with Sydney Starr. Sydney Starr is a well-known transsexual. She's probably one of the most well-known, top 3 most well-known Black transsexuals in the industry. And so he was bumping and grinding with Sydney Starr, kissing her in the mouth, and the caption basically read, "Y'all want to see what happens next with me and Eddie Winslow? Head over to my OnlyFans."
Head over and subscribe. I mean, look, poor Eddie Winslow. What does he have going for him?
Poor Eddie Winslow rocket. First of all, this is the same
What is he doing for him? He has nothing else. He might as well do this. He's got nothing else. What else is he doing? Where is IMDb? Hold up. What is he doing? Darius, aside from his name, what else has he got going on? Like, hold up. What is Darius up to? What was the last thing he was in, Darius?
So,
while Tully looks up his IMDb,
yeah, I want to know what else has he got going.
Here's the unfortunate thing with child stars, and Eddie, Darius, child star from a very popular family sitcom, like one of the most popular sitcoms of all time, even crossing the line of like Black sitcom. Like, this was a sitcom, Friday nights. Yep. Even the white folks were there. Like, we need to see what the Winslows are up to. Urkel is the best. All of that. And I think he's honestly, I know I've seen him in a few things here and there as a grown man. But he is definitely not having the Will Smith career. He's not having
I don't know the last thing he was
Martin, Lawrence, and all of those popular actors that came out of sitcoms. He's not having that career. But my whole thing is, it's like, okay, sir, really? I mean, you have to go that low. This video, first of all, for those that haven't seen it, come on YouTube and watch this episode if you can, because you need to see this video. This is a cheap, this is not a movie trailer. Okay, just so y'all know, this is not a movie trailer.
No.
This is someone holding up their cell phone, and filming it like this while some really bad TV sensuality is going on between him and what's her name? Yes. Okay. And it's cheap. Like, it's not even high quality. Like, if you're gonna do this, at least make it high quality.
He's lame. Right now, the only thing he's got going on, aside from what he's going on with there, is a show in pre-production called Divine Order. Pre-production named Black. It's an intense murder mystery that leads Divine family into a world of sex trafficking, drugs, and more as a dark secret returns to haunt everyone involved.
And now he's doing OnlyFans?
Now he's doing OnlyFans.
Okay. We have nothing.
Right. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman, which is supposed to be about the man who wrote Wait a Minute, Mr. Post.
Nothing.
So Stop this. It's about Wait a Minute, the man that wrote the song.
Yes. And then another one called, a mini-series called On Tan. After the Tulsa Race Massacre impact, a Georgia teen seeks to build a legal financial empire for his community, despite risks from neighboring drug dealers.
That we're done.
So, maybe he needs this OnlyFans.
You know what? Good luck, Eddie.
Those are the only 3 things he's got going on.
Good luck,
dude. Just you don't need to know what's going on in your life because
we're done. We're gonna reset because we've got 4 more. We're just because I'm done. We're gonna reset. I don't know, a sage spray, a crystal. I don't know.
You need to
this is too much. Please reset the room for these people.
You gotta fix it.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us on Not Your Typical Girl Talk, where we try to make sense of the foolishness on these deep, dark internets. We are halfway through, and already we are out here trying to cleanse ourselves from the foolishness that we just had to witness and speak on. So we need to reset this room. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel, Not Your Typical Girl Talk on YouTube. Be sure to follow us on Instagram because you'll want to see all the cute clips from all the shows that we have done. We want to thank Radio Regent, syndicated through iHeartRadio. Thank you so much. We have replays 7 p.m. Eastern time every Saturday. So be sure to check us out on the internet radio. Let's move on with the show because
I'm just gonna get right into the next segment, which I'm calling story time. So here
who doesn't like a story time?
Good story time. Here we go.
I've been married for 8 years. I have 3 kids with my husband. My husband is overseas and has been for about 2 years. He comes home 3 times a year. I've been lonely, so I ended up cheating on my husband. Whoa. So for context, I end up meeting this guy at a bar and we have a one-night stand. And it was amazing. So that one-night stand turned into an almost every night stand. Hey! This has been going on for about 2 years. Anyway, I recently started going to his house. Long story short, today I found out that I'm pregnant. Yesterday, I went to his house and I see a wall full of pictures. And y'all, my husband is in the photo.
Whoa! Don't they mean it? I'm looking at the man in the picture.
I start freaking out internally and I go and sit down. She goes back to the wall and she's like, okay, and who's this man? This guy said, oh, that's my brother. He starts telling me that they're really close, but he doesn't see him much because he lives overseas. So I'm like, oh, okay. Do you know if he's married? He said, oh, yeah. He lives with his wife and 2 kids in Germany.
Oh! Oh!
I'm thinking to myself, his wife and 3 kids are in the United States of America.
Oh!
He starts showing me pictures of my husband with 2 kids and the children look identical to my sons. I'm just staring at these pictures in disbelief. Mind you, I still haven't told this man I'm pregnant with his child, who is also his brother's child.
No, I'm sorry. If that is how you tell a story. That's a story time. Nothing can top that story time. Nothing can top that story time. Nothing. That's explosive. It had everything.
Yeah.
It had to.
Yeah, I heard it was actually a story time, a TikTok story time, and that's where they got the story from.
Crazy. I'm here for it.
Here's the thing. Does a cheater get to be mad at another cheater for cheating?
No. You got no right to be. You can't hate the player. You're playing the same game.
And he had a family, and now you're having another family with his brother, even though they don't know you are. You don't get to be mad, sis. I'm sorry, I can't.
No, it's true.
You can't rock me around.
She can't.
No.
She's having unprotected sex with this man.
With a stranger man.
Who now? You're not so stranger. He's a brother-in-law.
Because he was such a stranger that it took her forever to figure out that he had a brother. Like, both of them are at fault. This is a mess.
It's this is a full, beautiful mess. Big, beautiful, fantastical mess. It is a dumpster fire on fire falling off of Mount Everest, rolling down from the snow into the sea and sinking to the bottom of the Earth's core. That's how mashed up this story is. The Earth's core, where the sand and the depths of the sea just suck it in.
The Titanic didn't even get there.
The Titanic got nothing on these people.
I don't know, sis, because I can't rock with you. I can't rock with either one of you. The whole thing, y'all deserve each other. Actually, y'all together.
Yeah.
Because the rest of them need to be dealing with your drama.
Yeah.
And I wish, and who knows, I guess the man will never, I wish the man was petty and he would come out and like, you know, respond to this, because it's also a thing. And this has been happening since the beginning of time, where men are traveling salesmen or they work for a company in a different country and they have a family.
That's true.
You know, that's a whole
Very
thing.
true.
Indeed. It's a whole thing.
It is a thing.
He's wrong, but she is also wrong for going out and cheating, not just having a one-night stand, but literally starting an every night stand with this stranger man and getting pregnant, again, having unprotected sex with the stranger man. And now she hasn't told this man that, by the way, I don't know what to.
Who's gonna tell him?
It's a mess.
Who's gonna tell him?
It's a mess.
Hot mess, and we're done. Because I don't have anything other than we're done, because stay together, again, stay together, so the rest of us don't have to deal with your crap. That is what I would do with this one. Now, this one here that I am calling loyalty is next level. Okay, this one here, I'm just gonna put this up for a second, and then I'm gonna read the article. So, oh my Lord, what just happened to my iPad? My iPad is going all not so crazy. Sorry guys, let me put this up. Okay, so I want you to see the face of this couple right here. Okay. Look at this face. Happy couple, looks happy. Well, what the caption says is, wife chops off her husband's peen and flushes it down the toilet for cheating with her 15-year-old niece. He bailed her out and paid her legal fees. I want you to own that for a second. He gets his peen cut off by her and then bails her out and pays for her legal fees. What do you ladies think about that before I read the little mini article that goes with it?
Well, the man's disgusting. First of all, sleeping with a child. I mean, I know when anger takes over, anger makes you do stupid things. That's a lot. Cutting off a man's. I mean, I get it, girl. You're angry.
Cutting it off is one thing, but then flushing it down
the toilet. That's what kind of toilet you got? You got an industrial toilet?
There is no way for him to even get.
He can't get it back. I mean, he could call the city and they can keep a lookout for it. Plunge it. We get stuck in the pipes.
We'll pick up some nasty gray
flesh. Like, here you go, sir. I guess he feels that he was in the wrong, so his way of making it up to her is billing her out and paying the legal fee.
Well,
it's so rough.
She's actually been jailed for nearly 5 years. And I'm confused by this a little bit, because to your point, he was having sex with a minor.
Right. So he never did any jail time?
He apparently did no jail time.
Wow.
But he is doing jail time.
Although he's one that did the act with a child.
Relations with a child.
Yes, she did do what she did. She cut off the man's business.
Where in this state? Where was
Florida?
It's in Brazil, actually.
That's why.
Brazil has entered the chat. Hello, Brazil, Rio de Janeiro.
But the Brazil laws are way different than the ones over here.
Brazil.
And this is of no offense to Brazil, but Brazil is not out here to protect underage.
You know what?
A lot of people go out there for sescapades.
I'm actually going to read this very disgusting headline that was in the Daily Mail. Honestly, let me just read why I'm upset about what they're trying to say here. Look at how they write it. Jealous wife is jailed 5 years for slicing off her husband's peen and flushing it down the toilet after he slept with her 15-year-old niece despite him forgiving her. What does jealousy have to do with the fact that he slept with a
Jealousy.
minor?
See, that's it.
But
that
that
just shows
what
the laws are like.
Brazil is a very different
in Brazil.
country.
That's crazy.
I've seen a lot of these sort of like Netflix documentaries on
it's different out
on
there.
countries like Brazil, and the laws are different. Like
Totally different.
if a man is sleeping with a child and the wife is angry about it, they say, "Oh, she's angry because he found a younger woman."
If they don't think about age.
They don't see a 15-year-old really as a little girl. They see her as, "Oh, well, this is what he wanted." So,
oh my God, sick.
it's very disturbing that he hasn't served not a lick of time in prison.
You know, it's a good thing they can't find his ding-a-ling anyway.
And simply because, oh, I paid her legal bills, so all should be forgiven.
So
and
that's
it's like,
it.
That's fine.
She's gonna smile and they're gonna hold hands and continue on. Sir, you slept with a child.
Well, apparently, here's the best part. So his name is Nogueira de Oliveira. He's now being fitted with a prosthetic cane. He has blamed himself for provoking the attack by reportedly cheating on Farias with her 15-year-old niece. Apparently, the age of consent in Brazil is 14. So what he did wasn't against the law.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a different country.
Different world over there.
And for anyone that loves to travel, make sure you read up on countries before you go there.
It's almost like Utah.
It's a different country.
Different world.
It's a different world.
Brazil is different.
There are many young girls there that get pregnant at 12, and it's completely normal.
He's 39 years old. I'm sorry.
15.
No, it's disgusting.
Like, I don't care if the age of consent is for, not even to you ladies, but just to Brazil as a whole.
Yeah.
The age of consent is 14. He's
It's disgusting.
39. He's her father. He could be her father.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, this isn't like an 18-year-old hanging with a teenager.
No.
A teenage girl. This is an overtly grown, married, big grown man
sleeping with a child.
But the problem is with some countries is, and as we're learning, like there are many, like Germany the other day, like
Germany,
they're allowing a lot of things where children are not protected.
Thank you.
You don't care about the children.
What do you mean? You can't even drive, but you can consent to sex? You can't get a driver's license. You can't buy alcohol. You can't vote, but you can consent as a young lady.
Yeah, of course.
Being spotted by some grown man. No, do better.
Sickening.
Do better. We move on. Listen, this next video. We here at the Not Your Typical Girl Talk, we appreciate all shapes and sizes of women. We do. However, sometimes some people do too much, and we have to talk about them. And this video I'm going to play a few times because I really need you to take it in. In a segment I'm calling Walk Through, this lady has a performance for us. And
when I walk through, I got sauce.
Girl.
You know what? Nope, you're not going to say anything. I'm just going to take it straight to the comments. I'm going to go to the comments. Her knees are stronger than a drug addiction. Need to walk her block daily. The home decor is very nice. Somebody's trying to find the positive things. Someone says her knees are better than mine. Clearly. I'm sorry. Somebody says I wish my knees were good like that.
Done.
I can't. I just
Girl, even the comment section.
The comments are commenting. I am all about working out, and clearly dancing is a form of workout. Why do we always have to record everything and put it on Beyonce and Blue Ivy's? And then she could have had that private moment and danced and enjoyed it. I recorded myself dancing. I don't think you've ever seen other than a video of me and my daddy dancing. I don't generally put out pictures or videos of me just randomly dancing unless there's a reason. And like, why do we feel she looked?
Yeah, like here's my thing, and this is what I will say. Okay, fine. You want to do this video, you want to show, look at my moves, fine. But show up as your best self. I'm a person, and we talk a lot about this, where I'm like, if you're going to show up as your best self, you know? And my issue with a lot of these videos, the people that make these videos usually try their best to look as unflattering as possible. And I don't understand, because at the end of the day, size has nothing to do with showing up as your best. No, like she didn't have to show up like that. She could have put on a really cute, like, you know, because she's doing a dance. So she could have done like a sweatsuit, like that's sort of inspired by like hip hop or something. And like, she could have did a whole like thing. Like she didn't have to, like, why show up like that? Why not show up like old school Missy Elliott and, you know, show up like that and look cool?
I know why. Because we're living in the era of free to be me and take me as I am. So because people are like, I want realism, she's giving us the real. And when I first saw it, I was thinking, okay, look what AI did. That is so cool. But then realized that it's not AI. And I was like, oh, okay, well, girl, maybe you need to put some better clothes on or something. Her knees are popping, though. I'll give her that.
Yeah.
Her knees are bending like Beckham. So, you know, who am I? Bend it like Beckham, girl. And she should use those same knees to walk around the block. Like, if the way how she's dancing, she can dance and get the body of Kelly Clarkson. Girl, you just gotta keep on at it, but we don't need to see it. You have to put it on camera for the whole world to see.
It sounds like you want to see it again, Telly. So
I do. I want to see it again.
I've got nothing but to show it again.
These are bending.
When I walk through, I got sauce.
They were right. That background is actually very beautiful. I like her. Honestly, I like the rug combo with the.
Her knees are giving. I don't know, y'all. I don't want to get in trouble. Y'all know how I feel. So I'm just gonna. I said my piece. You know what? Jesus is good. Thank God she can still move like that, the way she is.
Amen.
Yes.
Does the church say?
Amen.
Amen. Now this clip apparently is going truly viral on the TikToks, and I find it extremely hilarious. Okay. In a video I'm calling Make a Choice, these people on the street are asked to make a choice, and this one man had a lot of things to say about the choice that needed to be made. So make a choice, ladies and gentlemen.
Your house is on fire, and you're going to say two things.
Okay.
Your wife, your mother-in-law, your dog, or $20 million.
Oh, so I will save 20 million. So the 20 million is my own.
Yes.
It's in the house, and it's mine.
Yes.
So what am I doing in the house, and if there's 20 million there?
That's not the question.
Dog and $20 million.
No husband?
No.
Or mother-in-law?
No.
Why?
I don't need a man.
Girl.
Yes, ma'am.
So, assuming that I'm in the house and there's 20 million.
The question is...
Who, is it mine, or is it my wife's or my mom? Who does it belong to?
Yours.
It's my own.
You will win that. Okay. You can only... Okay.
I'll take my wife and mother-in-law.
Okay. So $20 million is gone. Okay. The $20 million is in your house.
It's in my house. Okay.
So $20 million, and what is your second option?
So I will select. Can I select it?
My husband and $20 million.
So no mother-in-law.
Nah, baby.
So
$20 million and.
So I will take the 20 million and then and then the $700 under my bed. So I'll take the 20 and my 700 because I can't leave the 700 to burn now.
What about your wife, your dog, or your mother-in-law?
My wife. With 20 million, you can have a wife in every jurisdiction. So every area code, you can have one everywhere. One in New York, one in Los Angeles, one in here, even in Atlanta. You can have one in like DeKalb County, in Fulton County. With 20 million, I have. So practically speaking, when you think about it, what does it really make sense to abandon the 20 million and take the?
I would save my husband and that money.
So no mother-in-law.
No mother-in-law.
Why not?
No mother-in-law. She don't like me like that.
But also, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe 20 million and my birth certificate, because it's hard. It's hard to replace those things. It's very hard because when you want to replace, they tell you to come back today, come back tomorrow. So maybe the 20 million on my birth certificate.
The husband and the $20 million.
So no mother-in-law.
No.
My dog. But I'll take that 20 mil too.
So no husband.
No husband.
No husband.
No mother-in-law. Give me a dog.
Or even my 20 million on my passport. Because if you burn your passport, they will say, are you from this country? All those things. So I'm thinking the 20 million on my passport.
I might have to do the wife though, because she can help me reproduce.
So no more $700.
No, I will just pocket it. Everything is happening. As I'm carrying the 20 million, I'm also taking the 7 million. So I can choose 3. So I choose the 20 and my 700. Because do you know how many I drive Uber on the weekend for like 6 months straight to save that money. I can't let it burn. So I take the 20 and the 700, and then maybe between my birth certificate and my passport, and maybe my wife. It depends on the mood. Sometimes it just depends. But my mother-in-law can stay in the house. She says it's her house anyway. I live with them. She says it's her house. So let her stay in the house. Now why will I so she can stay in the house. It's her house.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? He said what he said.
Hold on though. Like
he said what he said.
Here's the thing. First of all, if I ever go, listen, the next time any of us go to Atlanta, please watch for this man. Do not converse with this man.
She asked him for 2. He said, I'm about to take 3. Okay.
And then he started making up things.
The $700.
There's no $700.
He's asking, saying, where the $700 come from?
What? He drives Uber on the weekends, and it took him 6 months to save that $700.
He worked hard for that $700.
He should stop driving Uber because that's ridiculous.
And to the woman that married this man, he's living in your mama's house. You shouldn't have married him in the first place.
The whole scenario that he's made up,
he's ready
in his head.
He's gonna have a wife in New York, Dubai, Durham County. He's ready.
He's got to get his passport or his birth certificate.
He has a plan.
I respect it. He was thinking that whole thing through.
He's thinking ahead.
Can't
get mad at him for that. He had a man with a plan.
Everybody else was like, "Oh, the 20 million and my husband."
A man with a plan.
He said, "I need to people. I actually belong in this country, so I need to make sure I either have a birth certificate or a passport. I can't have everything burned because what's the use of me having the $20 million if I go to the bank or try to put some of the money in it? They're going to say, "Where's your ID, sir?" Now I got a wife or a mother-in-law, but no ID. That doesn't make any sense. And I work for my $700, so I need to show them so I can put my money in the bank. No, I'm
also put it through. I'm gonna say this, and maybe it's and every time we have a segment with someone with an accent, I'm gonna say it. Let's admit it. If this man had a regular Atlanta American accent, it wouldn't have been funny. It's funnier because of his accent.
It's hilarious. Because he thought it through. He has
it through.
The United States of America as an African man. I need to show these people ID so they don't try to deport my ass. So when I
he
go,
knows they will.
Yeah.
He knows they will.
Okay,
Black
so
man with $20 million.
Maybe he got married for the papers.
Maybe he did. That's why he has no problem leaving his wife and the mother-in-law in the mother-in-law's house. But he's taking his passport or his birth certificate.
And the $700.
$700, the $20 million. But he wants to know, is it his? Is it mine, or is it me and my wife? He's like, oh no, it's all yours. He's going around in all the circles. Like, it was a long answer, but it was worth every second hearing this man talk about the plan. Incredible.
Listen, I respected it because, sir, you have me thinking. That's why my passport, my ID are very close because I'm with him. Because if I had to do some stuff too, I'm gonna make sure that I get my ID. Because what the hell is the use? Because staying in those lines, he said you gotta go in the lines. They send you back. You can't get ID unless you have ID. Do you know?
Right.
You should get
look.
some kind of ID.
Being real.
We got to think of the scenario sometimes. Like, I always tell my family, it's like, you got to know where those papers are, because one day you never know, we might have to run for our lives.
You never know.
Now, I know exactly where I'm fleeing,
Right.
and you both know where I'm fleeing, because I'm going to the motherland, our motherland, this Caribbean. I'm fleeing there, and I'm literally grabbing the box with my papers and my little purse, and I'm running.
You're gone. Trust me, my Jamaican passport and my Canadian passport and my ID are very close together. The two passports together, the IDs on the other side.
Go.
And you're gone.
Off we go.
So he's inspired us, sir, inspired us to make sure that we also know, and we're putting our birth certificate and our passports, because I am also not from this country. So if anything happens, I need to show the people them that I belong here, especially if I come into $20 million. So thank you, sir. Thank you,
sir. Right?
That
man is smart. I hope that lots of people learned from what he just displayed. That should be a more you know, like in those NBC things. The more you know.
Listen, look,
that's one of them.
LeVar Burton would have been proud.
He would have been, but he's still alive.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Reading Rainbow, for those that don't know.
Oh yeah, Reading Rainbow. You know, little kids show from like way back in the 80s.
The more you know.
We'll go with that. Amen. Okay, we are done. That is the show. A very good show. But before we go, as usual, we are going to take it out with Tele.
Well, y'all, we hope it was a heavy show, but we hope that last clip brightened your day, because it surely brightened ours. And it's a good lesson to always have a plan. And speaking of plans, you need to make plans to like, subscribe, and share right here to this station, the Not Your Typical Girl Talk crew. We go live every Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time right here on YouTube. And for all of our little recaps, and there's so much to recap. You can check them out on our Instagram and check out our Facebook as well under the same handle, Not Your Typical Girl Talk. Listen, y'all, we have replays. Thanks to Radio Region, syndicated through iHeartRadio, you can watch this episode along with our award-winning content. The Nobel Peace Prize. It's in Sheba's house. It's somewhere in this house. It's just that it's so bright. We don't want to, make people jealous, because we're humble. So we have it hidden away so that people see, that we don't want to take anyone off. We're humble women. You're not here to, make anyone annoyed, so we hide it. But it's there, and we can listen to this episode and all our other episodes. It goes live. It goes up on our channel on Radio Region, syndicated iHeartRadio on Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen, y'all, we gotta go because we got another award coming our way. So in the meantime, we got Parthia. I'm Telly. We got Queen Sheba. And listen, y'all, keep fit. After you saw her go up the knees, you may really want to keep fit. Have fun. Not the kind of fun she was having, but have fun. And we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.